come to take over when we are really trying to create a better environment for us all, both men and women, so that we can live in harmony, live in peace, and then the economic situation of the country will boom. So I think those were the challenges. It was not easy. It was really not easy.
Madam Sidibe, you also mentioned that you went on studies to the US and came back at a very early age. This generation, like our generation, when we go, we don't come back. Yes. So what's your advice?
It was very important to me to come back home. As I told you, when I was leaving this country, the level of girls' education, the level of education in general, the literacy rate of the average Gambian was very low, much more of girls. So I could not have stayed. My conscience would not even have allowed it to stay in the US and not come back, knowing that I have something to contribute towards the national development of my country, the socio-economic development efforts of my country. So I really felt like I should come back. And now I know, like you said, a lot of them stay at home. It's affecting all of us. In the homes now, people are really, homes are empty. People go to study or for other reasons and they don't come back. But that's why the brain drain is being created. Even for now, I can take up an international appointment and stay somewhere within, more, getting monetary wise. But I think it is more satisfying to me to come and work with my people. Like I said, at Sobaya Skills Training Center, Tijan mentioned, over the years since we started in 1995, we have produced 1,500 young graduates with skills. Skills training is not easy. We have them, the secretarial courses, the handicraft section, and they are working. They are also contributed. You think I would have been able to do that in the United States? I would have been working maybe in a kitchen, washing dishes. Honestly, I see people in US with degrees in kitchens washing dishes or waiters. But when you come back to your own country, what I have achieved, I would not have been able to do that. So this is an advice to the young ones. When they go and achieve what they have achieved and have completed their education, they should come back. It is good that our president has also created the university, which is also very good. People are now being educated at the university. They don't need to go. But even if they go for their masters, I would encourage all of them to come back and let us all work for this Gambia. This is what we have, our beloved country.
Well, Madam Sidibe, do you have any regrets?
Really, to think about it, at the moment, from the bottom of my heart, I don't think I have any regrets, really. So I, went to school, got my education, have my children, and have contributed, and I'm still contributing. And I'm thank God for the life, as they say, borrowing from my Creole neighbors. Thank God for the life and good health, and just pray for us to continue doing the work. And then we have really trained a lot of young girls, people like you and others would like you to come up on board and take care of what we have left.
Okay, so let's turn to Madam Sidibe without the activist, minus the activist. What do you hold so dear?
What I hold so dear is my culture.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I have traveled far and wide, because with my profession I have traveled all over the world, but I'm still the Badibunka girl who said and came from Badibu. I enjoy my culture. That's why when I came back from the US, we have this culture in Badibu called Manyo Bito. That is the final transfer to your husband's home. And it involves a lot of dressing of beads, and my mother thought I wouldn't do it because having come from America, then coming down, sitting down to do all this braid with all these beads like this rural girl, I accepted, and my mother was surprised. And then, that time I was already driving my car, and I was dressed for 3 months with my calabash in my hand, and young boys in Pigna Street or Banjul would be seeing me driving. Say they thought they read it. Oh, sister, why, sister, you are so enjoy culture. So I like my culture, and with my hobbies, I like to read a lot. I like reading. I watch TV. I watch breakfast show a lot. I like watching. I like documentaries. Okay, I like watching TV, and I like to read because maybe I did history, and I'm still interested in history and culture. I like music. That's my culture, and I work in with Kanyala women. I like to dance with my Kanyala women. So these are some of the things which really it brings in that kind of atmosphere, ambience to your work. You know, the stressful job. At the end of the day, when you have so many meetings, so many programs to take care of, so many issues to deal with, especially running a school for adolescents, it's not easy.
Yes.
And then at the end of the day, you like to sit quietly, read, of course, take care of your marital chores and read, listen to music. Sometimes weekends when you have programs, enjoy your Kanyala moment. So that's me.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes, and this may look a little bit funny. Madam Sidibe, you are a role model, especially for women and young girls. They look up to you. If you were to advise them to emulate something from you, what would be
One thing
the
I would
advice you will give?
first advise them is to respect their parents. I always like to assist their parents in whatever thing they are doing. Because whatever you do for your parents, you get the blessing. Because to borrow from my mother, she would tell all my younger siblings what Binta did for me. My house name, they call me Jamending, small Jamen. What Jamending did for me, nobody did in terms of physical labor. Because I see that some of our young girls or young tend to be a bit on the lazy side. Not only holding your books and studying, but assist and study, work hard and persevere. And let us not rush to go to be up there. Step by step, I've told you where I started from. And if you persevere and you work hard, step by step, conscientiously, you will get there. That is my advice for the young ones. Yeah.
Work hard, perseverance, and danka. You will be up there.
Yeah.
Well, Mrs. Binta Jammeh Sidibe, thank you so very much for honoring our invitation. It's good to have you in our midst.
You're most welcome.
Thank you so much, Auntie Binta. Seriously, I really enjoyed the conversation. It was really interesting.
I'm glad, and I'm happy that you have invited me to come and share with you.
Thank you.
The general public.
Down where to put a ring on your finger, so I can be a king and you be my queen, God. If it's a religion, then I'll be a believer. Hey, hey, cry me a river.
I can't wait to put a ring on your finger, so I could be your queen and you be my king, boy. If there's a religion, then I'll be a believer. Hey, hey, cry me a river.
If it's a religion, then I'll be a believer. Need her, never gonna leave ya. Mommy be my diva.
If what you say is true, then I'll be a king.
Tijan, we now move to communication. Tijan, communication. It has made the world small, like a lot smaller.
Like a global village.
Smaller than a global village. Seriously, with Twitter, Facebook, the GSM, the mobile wahala, it's just something.
Yeah, really, like you said, communications now, it's really cheap. Let me put it that way. Communication, it's now like it makes life very easy, life convenient. Let's look at, for example, the GSM. I can talk to my grandmom in Nyamina, Dankunku, talk to somebody somewhere else, maybe from the comfort of my living room. So you see how communications is so important. Let's look at the internet, for example. Now with a click on your laptop or desktop, you can know a whole lot of things like what is happening outside in the world. Now people communicate. Let's look at, for example, these social networks like Twitter, Facebook, and Hotmail, and then the list goes on.
Skype. Skype is just something else.
You talk,
you see here,
you see, and it's just like, wow, face to face.
And all that you can have in one mobile phone.
Just amazing. Communication is just amazing.
Communication is a tool that connects the world in a global spectrum through the use of mobile phones. The 21st century has witnessed an unprecedented use of technological accessories, making it possible and easier for people to connect with friends, families, and the business world. Dial a number and being answered by a person on the other side of the world makes life worth living. Communication has brought people closer and increased their awareness level on a daily basis. One of the fastest growing businesses in the telecommunication industry is the mobile phone.
Every human being, it's a